Welcome to 3-Minute Thoughts. Still in my car because I'm in a neighborhood that has lots of outside noise, airplanes, or in this case, there's a tree trimming happening not too far away. And unrelated to that, I was thinking of, I think, the first R-rated movie I ever saw. Now, I don't know why I came up with this thought, but it was just something that popped in my head recently, and I feel I probably have seen R-rated movies before this, but the most memorable one was called Moscow on the Hudson. It was a Robin Williams film from '84, which means I was 13 at the time. And all I remember is, I guess the plot was he was Russian something trying to immigrate to America. Something like that. I just remember Robin Williams was very, very hairy because it had lots of sex scenes in it. And I guess I went there with my mom and my brother, and we went to see it because it was Robin Williams comedy. I don't recall it being very funny. It was, I don't remember again anything about it except for that he's hairy and naked in a lot of it, or some of it. And I don't really know if that actually adding to the plot, but that also made me think of, I think, the first X-rated movie I saw, which would have been Caligula, and that would have been a few years later. I was at a friend's house and the parents were watching it, and like the whole family was watching it, so I watched bits of it, or most of it, and that actually had sex scenes as well. The difference though is I feel they were more tasteful, artistic, even though it was taboo, X-rated. It was at least more interesting. And then the other thing is that it did have violence, and I remember one of the scenes is people are buried in the arena up to their neck, and this machine goes and lops off their heads, and I'm like, ugh. It made me think of sex and violence in movies, and that we tend to be like that. I thought was worse than, like, the sex scenes were not bad. They didn't scar me. I guess the Robin Williams did scar me because I still remember that. But the violence though, why is violence so acceptable in society to such an extent that it is? And I was like, oh no, you can't show a partially naked person, that's gonna scar you. Well, I mean, if it's Robin Williams hairy, then it did scar me. So that was my thought, is why is culture, and I noticed that even nowadays, like, movies that have extreme violence tend to be more rated to even the PG-14 or PG area, and I'm like, there's people dying and they're still, I saw a movie and someone got, like Jungle Cruise, someone got squished. I'm like, this is a Disney movie and someone got squished like that? That's crazy. But shame if they show a naked or half naked person in that movie. Yeah, standards are bonkers. Anyway, that's my thought for today. Have a good one.